YouTube and welcome to another GV anime review, where today I am reviewing GC Stuff's latest creation, Taboo Tattoo. Taboo Tattoo had been standing on the to be announced list of any chart for a really long time, so I had quite some expectations for this anime. But you can probably guess by my enthusiasm that it didn't really work out that way. The main character of Taboo Tattoo is Justice Akatsuka, aka Seigi. Seigi is a martial artist who always wants to protect the weak. When he one day protects a homeless man, he receives a strange tattoo. The tattoo seems to be a destructive weapon that has been the subject of a war between America and a fictional kingdom called Serenistan. It, of course, doesn't take long before a woman/girl from the American army named the very wonderful name Bluesy Flugy approaches Seigi and basically forces him to step into the war with all the following consequences. My first positive point was the animation in Taboo Tattoo. GC Stuff really stepped up their animation game with this anime. Both the 2D and the 3D animation was very good, and doing 3D right is something that not many studios seem to be able recently. So I really hope that GC will keep this animation standard for future animes. And my second positive point is... Oh yeah, wait. There isn't a second positive point. Because the animation was literally the only positive thing that I could come up with when it came to Taboo Tattoo. All the rest that there was to this anime was bad. To start off, the overall story of Taboo Tattoo was so boring. There wasn't a single point in this entire anime that I gave one damn about the storyline. When a new episode of an anime comes out, I watch it the evening of the release. Taboo Tattoo aired on a Monday. Sometimes it was Friday when I watched it. I had to really force myself to watch the new episode, and when I had finished it, I immediately had forgotten what it was about. That's how boring this anime was to me. And not only was the story boring, it also confused the hell out of me. Characters were getting introduced without any form of explanation or backstory. They were just thrown into the story, and a lot of them left as soon and as sudden as they came. And you know me, when I don't get attached to a character because of their backstory, the relationship to the main character, or their meaning to the main plot, then I don't give a shit about that character. So when certain characters died in this anime, I didn't even blink an eye. I only hoped that their deaths would bring some excitement to this story or some development for Seigi. And don't get me even started on the development of Seigi. What was that time skip in one of the last episodes? I was like, oh, what the fuck? Let's suddenly, in the middle of an episode, make a 1 year time skip. It's not like the princess would have had the occasion to kill your sorry asses in that period. No, we just assume that nothing happened in that year. Oh, but things happened in that year. Things that would have been called development. But now Seigi's personality is completely changed all of a sudden. And I thought that him mastering the seal was the main point of this anime. But apparently not, since we completely skip over that part. Where GC had the chance to give us some decent development and maybe save this piece of crap called an anime, it screwed it up completely. And to finish it all off, there was that final episode. The final episode was a complete fuckfest. There were so many things going on at the same time. Other things were happening completely out of the blue. And on top of that, the final fight between Seigi and the princess was so incredibly stereotypical. Can't they be a little bit more creative than use that same shonen ending template time and time again? The hero gets beaten the shit out of him, then some trigger arises which opens up some sort of hidden power inside of him, and then he proceeds to destroy the villain as if it's the easiest thing in the world. Please, for the love of God, be more creative. Now that I've completed my rage about the story part of this anime, it is time to rage about all the other things that sucked in Taboo Tattoo, like the comedy and the incredible amount of full-blown, in-your-face fan service. As if the bad story and pacing wasn't enough already, this anime decided to annoy me even more by implementing over-the-top fan service, one of the things that I hate the most in anime. Was it really necessary to give Toko such big breasts? Was it really necessary to make them bounce like there was no fucking gravity? And was it really necessary to make other characters fondle them from time to time, and not only with Toko? It enrages me so much to see how low GC went in this anime. I usually love GC's comedy and I don't mind a little fan service, but this was atrocious. And remember how my positive point went about the animation in Taboo Tattoo? Well, that was true. When they weren't fucking censoring things. That was like the final droplet of fuck you that this anime could give to us. Here, we're giving you some pretty good animation in the fight scenes. There's even some gore in some of them. But let's censor some of that. To that I say, fuck you, back to you, Taboo Tattoo. So as a conclusion, this is one of the worst animes I have ever seen. I am not joking, both seasonal and non-seasonal. It was so bad that I really hope that that second season that's hinted in the final episode never sees the light of day, because I don't want to spend another second of my life watching this piece of crap. I have better animes to watch. So I am going to rate Taboo Tattoo at 1 out of 5 stars. Never watch it, even if you're a fan of shonen animes. Don't waste your time on Taboo Tattoo. Any anime that I would recommend in this review would be a disgrace to said anime. I suggest searching for other animes that feature martial arts in them. Whatever you can find, it'll probably be better than Taboo Tattoo. And with that I conclude my review / rant about Taboo Tattoo. As usual, you can find the full list of all my animes and reviews over at Anime Planet. As usual, I will put a link in the description box down below. Now if you want to review a particular anime from this list, please put it in the comments. Also, if you have a recommendation for me, put it in the comments as well. So if you like this video, please give it a thumbs up, visit me on Facebook, follow me on Twitter and subscribe to this channel for more reviews in the future. Then I will say, arigatou gozaimasu, and I will see you all in the next video.